Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another of the F1 2025 My Team Career Modes. We are working our way now beyond the halfway point of the season. Silverstone is in our rear view mirror with some points on the board there, and we are now headed to the second half of the season and the Circuit Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium, and it's gonna be an interesting one as you look down at the obvious sprint weekend ahead of us, but the various types of weather we're going to be encountering. It looks like it's going to be dry in the qualifying sessions, but then mixed weather in the sprint and the race itself, which, considering how quick the AI currently is in the wet, my expectations are not very high for this particular weekend, but we'll see how much rain, how much dryness we have to fight with. I am running slightly higher downforce setups just because of that to offset, so hopefully that makes us a little bit more competitive. But let's take a look and see what we've got as far as messages goes for the weekend forecast. So the sprint will actually be mostly dry. A little patch of rain kind of mid-end. That might be a situation where we have to stay out on dry tires that are pretty worn. The race, yeah, it looks like it's starting heavy rain and then gradually drying up as we go. So maybe I tweak the wings down into kind of a middle spot. I might end up doing that. Yeah, I think I'm going to drop because I've added about four extra wing angle to both the front and rear compared to what a full dry setup would be. I think I might drop that just down to like +2 instead and kind of split the difference. But gearbox number 13, get the engine power units that we've got going on as needed. And, well, let's just head over into short qualifying and see what we can do.
High-speed straights, heady elevation changes and dramatic corners. What is there not to love about today? It's qualifying day here at Spa-Francorchamps.
So here we go, working our way around the mighty Belgian circuit for our first qualifying run of sprint qualifying. Of course, we only get the one set of soft tires in sprint quali, so the first run is going to be done on a set of medium tires. The first practice session, or the only practice session, was rainy the entire duration, so this is the first dry running we're getting all weekend, and so it's going to be interesting to kind of find the balance of the car, find the brake points in the dry weather conditions while we work around a hot lap here. But now up the Kemmel Straight. Into the Lecombe Chicane. Probably could have braked quite a bit later into there, but Spa is the longest, I believe, longest track on the circuit. I don't think Las Vegas is longer, but a long time, very long circuit, and a huge elevation changes. We plunge down the hill into Pouon there. Just a little bit of a kind of blip and downshift, pitch it in. We can carry even more speed when we get there on the soft tires. What is that, a 44.3, the current benchmark to compete with. Curbs have been reprofiled in recent years, so you can't really, there's not as much curb to work with on a lot of these corners. Now into Blanchimont. Nice left-handed kink. Easy, flat in the dry, even flat out in the modest rain. Now the question is, did we get the braking right for the final bus stop chicane? Maybe just a hair early, a little tentative through there. 44.6 is not too bad. 0.6 the difference, considering we're on the medium compound. But we'll get ready to go for the soft tire run in just a bit. Here we are out on the soft tires, getting ready for our final flying lap of the session. Where can we put ourselves? Where we've gotten down to 15th now.
30 seconds left in the session.
Some wheel spin on the exit of turn 1 is going to cost us a bit of time. Headed down to Arouge and Radion. This isn't the area where the soft tires are really going to make a huge difference. As we start to come up into Sector 2 is really where we're going to see where the benefits are. We did go purple in the first sector, really? Even though we barely improved? We must be quite quick in a straight line if we're purple in the first sector in like 2 seconds off a pole.
Okay,
so.
I'm afraid we've been pushed down to P16.
We must be just miles off in the middle sector if we've dropped that much time. Found about 6/10, but that is not very much considering there's people in the 42s. Or the top cars are just that fast. P11.
And that's it for sprint qualifying. Plenty more coming up over the rest of the weekend. So we'll see you all tomorrow.
Gosh, yeah, the McLarens are way up there. Norris, and I mean, Tsunoda even going 42.46, and we did a 44 flat. Like, 1.5, we're 0.3 off of Verstappen, but my goodness, that is a huge margin for a couple of cars at the front. That is massive. Well, let's see what we can do in the sprint race.
Welcome to today's sprint. This is shaping up to be another fantastic weekend. So here we are once again, ready to go racing through the Ardennes forest. 4.35 miles of long straights, fast corners, and massive elevation changes. It makes this not only one of the most exciting circuits on the calendar, but one that makes for some consistently high quality racing as well. Simply put it, there's no place quite like it. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. Lando Norris put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Yuki Tsunoda completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Piastri, Leclerc, Max Verstappen, and Antonelli, Gasly, Lawson, Russell, and Carlos Sainz, Martins, Hamilton, Alex Albon, and Hülkenberg, Fernando Alonso, Doohan, Joshua Pierce, and Esteban Ocon, Bortoletto, Stroll, Behrman, and Isaac Hadjar rounds off the grid. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out. And striding into our commentary box to join us today, the man, the myth, the legend, Anthony Davidson. Well, they've done so well this year, the 11th team, but that means that next year could be that little bit tougher, because as we all know, the better you do, the higher you finish in the championship, the less development time in the wind tunnel you get the following season.
Absolutely right, Crofty. It's almost like, think of it like this, a success tax. It's a nice problem to have, isn't it, really? But that's what the team are going to face moving forwards. But look, they've shown their quality so far, and I'm sure even with that limited wind tunnel time, they'll be great.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
All right, well, we haven't really had a chance to test the dry tires, and I don't really know what the fuel consumption is going to be. So we're going to start it at +1 laps and see where we end up. It's going to be medium tires. We're going to have I'm going to guess the soft tires are not going to make it. I guess we just have the Let's see. We go soft and no, it won't work. Okay. Medium tires it is. 8 laps and probably a lap-ish of rain on dry tires, which will be so much fun. Here come the 5 red lights. Tires are not very warm. It's in a real short run to turn 1. Fair bit of wheel spin off the line. Let's get right up the inside. Hold tight because we're 3 wide at the moment. Hold around the outside. Oh, that dirty air did not help out very much to Puan. Remember, in a sprint, we got to finish top 8 in order to score points. So we're just outside it at the moment. Kind of cut back, straighten the exit a little bit.
DRS now enables. DRS enables.
I'd like to be able to get ahead of this pair of cars. Almost 220 miles an hour down the straight. And hard on the anchors into La Source. And there we are, up into last points paying position. Can we make up the 0.6 of a second gap and connect to the cars in front of us before the next DRS zones? We're going to burn a lot of battery on this lap and try and get that done. If not, we're going to be a sitting duck for George Russell. Get rid of basically whatever we've got left in the battery right now. We were purple in the final sector that last lap, but it's not going to be enough. George Russell's going to come through. It looks like, though, we have kind of dropped the Racing Bull. AI straight line pace is just real strong. Side by side ahead of us. That should compromise both their runs. Unfortunately, no real clean way to get through. They're just so quick in a straight line. Ooh, a little touch between as we stuck the nose in. I don't want to leave these two in front of me. A little bit of a cheeky move to get past Gasly, but I might be able to snake a point if I can just stay with the Mercedes and Ferrari on the last lap. Tires are definitely beyond their best at this stage. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised at how quickly they died. Yeah, we're not going to have the battery, I don't think. And we might even still be at risk from Pierre Gasly behind. No DRS down the pit straight, but we should be close enough to go for it into the Lake Home chicane. Just not enough battery to really attack. They're going to be too far up the road by the time I open that DRS. Rear wing is open, but yeah, they're still just pulling away from me. My only chance is if they really fight each other. And we sneak into like the bus stop chicane at the end. Okay, dump whatever battery we got left. We're gonna stay safe in 9th, I think. It's not quite gonna have the legs to close up and take the position off of Hamilton. Especially not with that little bit of a lockup on the way in. Across the line for 9th, a couple of positions gained is not too bad of a day though.
So with the sprint concluded, join us next time for qualifying and of course the main event, this weekend's Formula One Grand Prix. We'll see you next time.
Just outside the points, Leclerc picks up the win. But let's see, Joshua Pierce out there. How's the standings looking after the sprint? We're still P8. Verstappen in the lead of the championship, Ferrari in the lead of the constructors. But now we've got a whole rest of the weekend to go, qualifying and the race.
High-speed straights, heady elevation changes and dramatic corners. What is there not to love about today? It's qualifying day here at Spa-Francorchamps.
Here we go, Grand Prix qualifying on a soft set of tires. First run. See if we can take what we learned in sprint qualifying and get ourselves a decent time on the board. Gonna be a busy one. decent run through Eau Rouge and Radion. DRS open. A bit of traffic up ahead of us if we might catch them. I think that's about what it is. A lift off and turn in on soft tires is about the quick way through there. Oh, I was about to say felt like a decent run through the middle sector, but got on that inside curb in a big snap of oversteer. Lifted up the bottom of the car, and that's going to really cost us some time on this lap. On our way into final braking zone. To about the 110-ish meter mark, I think. Out of the final corner, faster than we were in sprint qualifying by a good 0.2 of a second. Provisional P2. All right, winding up for the final high-speed qualifying lap of the Belgian Grand Prix weekend. Going to be important to put in a good lap here. We're sitting currently provisional P9, but with the rain in the Grand Prix start, we're certainly going to lose some position. So here we go. DRS open out of the final corner and across the line and into turn one. Just ahead of the 100-meter board, get the car braked and rotated a little bit deep, but still up about 0.04 of a second. Use some of this battery as we head down the hill, up Eau Rouge, up Radion, try and minimize the steering input so you scrub as little speed as possible, and now up the Kemmel Straight, which is uphill the entire way. You're fighting gravity the whole way in. Look for this curb on the left. Oh, and we've locked up a little bit on the way in. That's going to cost us a bit of time because the car didn't quite get rotated into the corner. Track grip has increased though, so it is offsetting it. Now we go through Rivage, through No Name, and down the hill to Pouan, just about staying inside track limits there and avoiding the gravel. And right up to the edge track limits there. That's about as much speed as we can carry through there. A few tenths found. Just a few more sets of corners to go. Tricky ones through here. We did lose a lot of time on our first lap, touching the apex curb here through Paul Frere, so we're going to avoid it nicely. And then on the battery as soon as we exit. And now, because that robbed us of momentum the whole way through, we're going to be gaining the whole way. Turn off the battery right here as we head to Blanchemont. And one set of corners left to go. Oh, we're a little deep there, and oh, the rear end gets away from us. And that is the entire gain, over a half second lost. And we do not find any time, just a little bit too late on the brakes. And the car over-rotates as it hits that little hill, and And that half second of improvement, if we had nailed it on, we would have been up near the top 5 starting this one. So that is a huge missed opportunity in that last qualifying run. Our teammate way at the back has really fallen off over the last few races. Even as the car has improved, he's been going backwards. Remember, early in the season, he was inside the top 10 in qualifying a bunch of times.
Welcome then, as we take a step back into the nostalgic golden days of motorsport. Spa is unashamedly a throwback, and all the better for it. Climbs, drops, sharp turns, chicanes, sweeping high-speed corners, all while taking in some of the most beautiful scenery that Europe has to offer. This might sound like a travel brochure, but it's not. It's a race day. Welcome along to Spa-Francorchamps for the Belgian Grand Prix. Spa-Francorchamps is a 4.35-mile tour of the Ardennes countryside, with 9 rights and 10 lefts, giving us a grand total of 19 corners. Average lap speeds in the dry can reach about 145 miles per hour, but without a significant improvement in the conditions, we're not going to be seeing anything like that today. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Norris, Tsunoda, Oscar Piastri and Ocon, Hamilton, Lawson, Antonelli and Pierre Gasly, Martins, Stroll, Nico Hülkenberg and Fernando Alonso, Russell, Hadjar, Carlos Sainz and Jack Doohan, Albon, Behrman, Pierce and Gabriel Bortoleto rounds off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. And alongside me today is a man who needs no introduction, but I'll try anyway. It's Ant Davidson. And let's talk momentum with this driver. What a sprint it was. They start at 0 once again for today, but with a huge amount of confidence, surely. Well, they'll definitely be glad that there's not a sprint race today. Let's face it, the sprint couldn't have gone much worse, but what we're looking for today is a reaction. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Well, it's going to be an interesting one. We're kind of chewing the tires up in free practice, but I guess we'll just have to kind of go with what we've got. Let's just call it +1 lap. And, it's not very much a strategic race. We're going to just have to drive until it feels like we need to change tires. We'll be making a lot of calls to our engineer for weather reports and hope that we can make the switches at the right time and pull in a decent result. It won't be full wets the entire day. It's probably going to be a almost full stint on wets, a short stint on inters, and then dries. But let's get after it. Here we go, last car on the grid. Here come the 5 red lights, full wet tire conditions. Safely through turn 1. It's going to be a little bit of a mess up ahead. Big momentum losses. We had to kind of bail our way across the runoff. I think losing that position is fair play. Practice only ever got to intermediate conditions, so full wets is uncharted territory. For braking points, how the car is going to feel, all that fun stuff. And here you see the power of the full wet condition for the AI. They can apparently just take their lines on absolute rails. Yeah, so we've already lost 2 seconds to the car ahead. lift through Blanchimont just about gets the job done. Was about 3/10 lost just under acceleration out of the final corner. Did make up some time under braking there. The speed they can carry over Radion, though, that's insane. Like, I was sliding getting on the power at the top there. With how fast they are, I know they're not running significantly more wing than I am.
Battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button.
Yeah. Look at all that grip that they have. I just do not have. Down to 12th. Like I said at the start, though, expectations are not super high against the AI in the rain at the moment. Until a patch or an adjustment, we're just not really going to be competitive with them in the rain at the same difficulties we normally race with. Down to 12th, the science threatening. Dump some battery, make a little bit of ground on him. I like to think I'm driving pretty near the limit of grip. Like,
It's still not a perfect situation, but I don't think we've got cause to move on to a different tyre yet. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 3.6 seconds. Joshua's coming in for his stop.
okay, looks like we're double stacking. Going for the intermediate tires. slow stop doesn't really help me or
Okay, there
Joshua.
seems to have been a problem removing the left rear wheel. We need to try and put that behind us, and let's finish the race as strong as possible.
Does look like Alonso had similar problems.
Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
Everybody came in, so no real advantage or disadvantage gained or lost based on the tires. Except for Alonso apparently made up like a second in like 3 corners on me. Yep, there goes that position.
Keep on him, you might make a mistake.
Even though I'm squirming around like crazy, they got plenty of traction. Down to 15th now. A couple people, maybe 1 or 2 cars stayed out.
Piastri is in the pits.
That was pretty dangerous of a move there, Alex. Almost a huge crash. Box this lap.
Pitting this lap then, coming to the pits at the end of this lap.
Rain stopped. It's mostly dry. Hey, my inters are already on fire, so may as well do something, right? Yeah. Okay, here we go. Switching on to slick tires. Everybody else still out on the inters. I think we might be able to get maybe something out of it, but it's really just a required gamble at this stage. It's basically there. It's basically dry.
Okay, the stewards have now enabled DRS. DRS is now online. Good job, that was the fastest lap of the race so far.
Really? We only got up to 3.2 seconds back from Fernando? That's not great.
The car ahead's coming to fit the mediums. Car ahead now running medium tyres. It looks like we might have an issue. Hang in there, we're attempting to manage it.
Come on.
We're looking at some imminent gearbox issues, I'm afraid. Watch out for jams and misgears.
That's a brand new gearbox. Come on, guys.
And that's Joshua in the pits. Joshua in the pits now. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 5.2 seconds.
Yep, no real chance to fight that. He's 2 seconds a lap quicker than me.
Okay, we've lost a position. That's us down a place.
He's got fresher tires by about 4 laps. And I'm just apparently slow around here today. Even in the sprint, we lost positions pretty quickly, and yeah, already a 1.2 seconds dropped through literally like 3 corners. Definitely just a struggling day. Rear limited circuits seem to be the tougher one for this car as it is. The rear's going off first, because especially with how good the AI is on traction,
Final lap.
if you're
Push,
rear
push.
limited, then you know your ability to get on traction is even more compromised compared to them. So your lap times drop even more. But starting up the final lap of this Belgian Grand Prix weekend, it's going to be a 0 points affair after a couple of decent weekends. But like I mean, came into it not expecting much because of the rain. The surprise though is that the dry condition running pace was even not that great compared to everyone else. I think tire wear offset definitely played a bit of a factor. I mean, we are miles back. No safety cars to help us out, help group the field or anything. It was just raw pace, and Jack Doohan is even closing up on us in the dying stages of this one. Just a few more corners left to go before we get to pack up the car and move on to the next race. Everybody else crossing the line up ahead of us. We did still beat our teammate. I don't know what's going on with him. I mean, he was nearly putting the car in points when our car was bottom of the tables. Now he's like running at the back every race as we kind of totally missed that breaking point. That doesn't really matter because here's the checkered flag. Huge wheel spin even in third gear coming out.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
rough race weekend. A couple mistakes in quali and then the weather did not help us out.
It's another victory and a champion's performance from Max Verstappen.
And 3 wins in a row now, of course, Croft. You've thrown the gauntlet down. The drivers are out there now. They realise that they are the target. They're the ones to beat. They've got the energy. They've got the momentum on their side.
We had drama from start to finish, but in the end, there was only ever one that could take that top spot. And for those that have missed the Dutch national anthem, fear not. It's back again because Max Verstappen is back on the top step. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action, and I can't wait to see what's next.
It's a big weekend for Verstappen, some healthy points for him. Here's the race results. He's just man on a mission, 17 seconds clear of the field. Whatever this last patch that's gone in has turned him into a beast once again. Yuki Tsunoda there. We're down at 15th. Our teammate, yeah, don't know what it is. Down all the way in 21st. Last car running. I said it a few times during the race. I don't know what's happened with him because he was kind of kicking our butt early in the season and now he can't get off the back row. We'll give him a grid, a new engine. He'll have to take some grid penalties, I'm sure, very soon. But that definitely doesn't help our battle with Williams. I think we lost a little bit of ground this weekend. Let's see, any of the Williams? No, actually, none of the Williams scored any points, so I think we're okay. Neither of us moved forward. But it's time to go back to the HQ. Always 50K cost of repairs. Don't know why. Not sure why, but whatever. Yep, we need to get to 64 championship points to beat Williams. I don't know that we'll be able to do that one. Fan rating up to 3 last race, so we did lose some fan bonuses. What did we drop? Title sponsor. Looks like we lost the secondary sponsor income bonus. But yeah, I mean, no points out this weekend is understandable. Ooh, we get to take a look at our sponsors for next year. 10th or better, 10. I kind of want to just stick with Xenon for another year. Yeah, like if we can get... Yeah, let's go ahead. Just take them as the title sponsor for next
we were
year.
after are pleased with our proposals and are happy to sign. I'll get all the relevant paperwork sorted. All that's left to say is, congratulations.
There we go. Just 2 days worth of events, so let's keep that fan rating moving up. The more that fan rating keeps going up, the more we can get secondary sponsors on the car and make some more moolah. Yep, disappointing weekend for sure. Owner training. Let's see, we have a training point. I'm just not too worried about getting extra research points. Resource points, like we're just full of them. That's going to help our team out a bit. Let's go ahead and it'll help the secondary drivers. Yeah, not enough space to do the training program. Performance, this is just the rivalries page. Yep, Williams rivalry, no worries. Ooh, R and D. Let's see if we've got anything good coming up. Complete the front wing flaps. Great. Let's get some DRS research going. We haven't done any DRS research yet. Still in progress. How many more days left on you? 29 days. It's going to be a while. Same with you. Completed research. Awesome. Let's get some love to EMG UK. Alrighty, so that's research sorted. Developments. We can start the front wing flaps. Keep the monocoque going. Ooh, failed ECU. Wow, we're really falling behind on ECUs. I think that's twice that we've had the ECUs fail in development. Energy store. Okay. What do we have? Rear down for it. So as usual, that's going to go on Joshua's. Yeah, Red Bull's gotten back to the top of the development charts, so no surprise to see Verstappen up there. Oh, is this what I want to see? This is kind of what I want to see. Yeah, just kind of edging our way up there. Yeah, Red Bull's definitely had a pretty big rebound. Ferrari was fastest for a couple of races. But yeah, you can see basically since Miami, he's been real. Well, he did score points last time out, I guess, at Silverstone. We'll see. It seems like he's underperforming. 20. Okay, hold on. Joshua 13%, 51%, 28%, 35. That one's definitely got to change. And that's fine. So we're good. 14. So he's getting close to some grid penalties for engines. Anything going on in personnel or corporate? Nope. What about our upgrades? 24 days, 8 days, 7 and 5 days. Okay. It's only, I think, a couple days before the Hungarian Grand Prix. It might have a development done before that. Let's advance and see if we get it.
Can I borrow you for a moment, boss?
Personnel facility. What do we got? We'll spend the money. New supplier. Fan
Good
outreach.
news.
Success.
We've just completed the development of the
wonderful.
part, and it's now ready for fitting. But be sure to check in at the Assign Upgrades screen when you get the chance.
We have an extra development slot available now. We can get second front wing flap. I think that means both cars should now have... Yep. Have that halo. Lovely. Rear downforce. Alrighty. Any changes we want to make to tire allocation? I think we're pretty good. Probably go medium, hard to stop. But that'll be the end of that one. Thank y'all for joining me once again as we continue to work our way through the second half of this season. It's been a bit of ups and downs. But we are slowly but surely developing this team. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.